Number 10 then. Change the subject of a formula, 3 marks. Change the subject of this formula to little b here. Get rid of that fraction first of all. Take that c across and multiply. So I've got f times c equals t squared plus 4b. But now it's all backwards from the way I want it. So rather than swap sides and start having negatives all over the place, just take the equation and write it the other way around. So that would mean that 4b plus t squared equals fc. Two things to get rid of to get to b. Get rid of the t squared and get rid of the 4. Now that t squared is just a number that's added on. So I'll have fc minus the t squared when you take that over. So 4b will equal that. And finally, to get b itself, just divide by 4. So it'll be fc minus t squared, all divided by 4. Number 11 then, from paper 1 of the 2017 National 5. Here we go. Subtract these algebraic fractions to a single fraction in its simplest form for 2 marks. Now, you're probably just going to rush in and say, oh, I'll do that times that and that times that, and I'll multiply them. But you don't actually need to, because they've got a common denominator of a squared. A squared does for them both. I'm just going to put that down the once. They both go into a squared. So this one doesn't need any adaptation, so it'll stay as 3. This one will need to get multiplied by an a to make a squared, so I'll have to multiply the top also by a to get a 2a, and having done that, that's it finished. If you didn't do that, and you said, oh, I'll multiply them together, so you've got a squared times an a, and then I'll take that up here and make that a 3a, and I'll take that up there and make it a 2a squared, it becomes a bit messier, because now I've got a cubed at the bottom, and I've got a 3a minus a 2a squared on top, but they all share an a. You'd then have to take an a out of that, and then say that can now cancel with one of those because I'm cancelling factors. So it goes down to what you should have had in the first place. Number 12 from paper 1 of the 2017 National 5 exam. Blah, blah, blah. Standard deviation. You expect that in paper 2. But you can get it in paper 1 if it turns into a little extra surds question when you do the square root at the end. So it shouldn't be too bad because you've got small numbers there. 4 marks for getting the standard deviation of these 5 numbers, but you have to write it in this form. And you'd have to, I presume, state the values of a and b once you've got them. Well, just make up this little table then. We've got the numbers. I'm going to put them in order. 1, 3, 4, 6, 6. And I'll want to add those because we need the mean. So when you add these up, and of course you've not got a calculator, but it's not that bad. Look, there's 10, 20. They add up to 20. So you work out the mean. The mean will be 20 divided by the 5 numbers that were there. So the mean is 4. So when you come to do the deviation, how far are they away from the mean? When you come to do this row here, you're subtracting 4 from each of those. 1 take away 4 is negative 3 because it's 3 below the mean. 3 take away 4 is negative 1. It's 1 below. Now we're on it. Now we're 2 above it and 2 above it. Usually as a quick check, you add them up and it should come to 0. However, there's no point adding them to get the standard deviation because they just add to 0. You add the squares of them instead. So negative 3 squared will be a 9. Negative 1 squared will be a 1. Squaring them makes them all positive, so they'll definitely add up to a total. 2 squared is 4 and 2 squared is 4. You add those instead. And there's 10 and 4, 8 is 18. So the standard deviation is going to be the square root of, you just look up the formula at the front, 18 over, but 1 less. Don't put it as 18 over 5. You'll never get it to look like this. It's 18 over 4. Now you can preempt the answer here because you are tempted to say, oh, just cancel that down to 9 over 2. But that means you've got the square root of 9 over the square root of 2, and that's not got a square root underneath. Best thing here would be to say, well, look, I've got my 2 already, so I'll just do it as the square root of 18, and I've already got the bottom done. So that's them happy here. I've got a 2 at the bottom. Square root of 18 over the square root of 4 is the square root of 18 over 2. And what's 18? You can break 18 into 9 times 2. Find a perfect square in it. So the square root of 18 is the square root of 9 times the square root of 2, which is 3 root 2 over 2. But they want you to state the values. So A's the number in front, B's the number inside.